Welcome to Meaningful Moments. When the impossible is made possible, this is associated with Maya. Our nature is infinite, yet we feel stress, anxiety, dejection. Factually, that's impossible, but we feel this is possible. When the impossible is made possible, this should also be associated with Kripa. Kripa means grace. Right now, we associate impossible, possible as Maya. What we're trying to do is to associate this with Kripa. It is divinity's grace that leads us to find, to be with our guide. And then the guide infuses us with jnana, or remembering. Maya makes us forget how to be happy. Jnana makes us remember how to be happy, that we are happiness. Maya has two enemies. That is, divinity's grace and the guide's guidance. Meaningful mornings is an experience for us to feel. Our whole life we thought it was impossible to feel the way we do about Bhagavad Gita, about Sri Krishna. But now your feeling is very different. Love is possible. Bhakti is real. This shows how all of you are evolving from Ritam to Satyam. Ritam means an intellectual appreciation. Satya means a practical appreciation. In our culture, there are different levels of mukti, different levels of freedom. Here is one framework for you to reflect on. Salokya mukti is when you live in the same dimension as divinity. More evolved than this, samipya mukti. You're living in the same dimension as divinity and you're living close. Imagine living in the same neighborhood as divinity. More evolved than this is sarupya mukti, where the way you look changes to look like divinity. You would have the smile of Sri Krishna. More evolved than this is sarshti mukti. You have the same powers as divinity. And the most evolved, the final evolution is sayujya mukti, where you become divinity. You are divinity. Salokya, samipya, sarupya, sarshti, and sayujya. To go from a lower level of mukti to a higher level is a process. You have to keep processing the ego. You have to keep evolving until you can't process anymore, until you can't evolve anymore. That means we've gone from two-ness to oneness. Processing evolution implies a two-ness. When one can't engage in that anymore, that is oneness. At the end of the week, I will share with all of you a very special opportunity. At least I think it's very special. In honor of you and Puja Swami Chinmayananda. From May 8th to May 25th, I will be teaching advanced contemplation for whoever wants to at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 5:30 a.m. Now, for a lot of you who are in different time zones, this is too early. Those who register will get a recording every day. So if it's too early, when it's the right time, you can listen to this recording. And we're describing this as the highest vocation. Puja Swami Chinmayananda has described contemplation as the highest vocation. If you think of the grammar of all of this, contemplation is a vocation, and when you reach the highest, you stop contemplating. This is no longer a vocation, this is your nature. Reflect on that. Be interested in this advanced contemplation. Sharing more insights. The processing that is shared in chapter 13 is for us to know what we are not. And then to stop being that. See, already you know, we have been taught that we are not the body, but are you practicing that? See the difference? We have an intellectual appreciation, but is it our practical appreciation? In verse 0, in the ancient versions of Bhagavad Gita, this verse is not found. Prince Arjuna asks 6 questions. These questions have been culled from earlier chapters. A question from chapter 7, a question from chapter 9. It's almost like Prince Arjuna is feeling, I'm in the final section of these teachings. I want to make sure I'm clear about all of this. He asks, what is Prakriti and Purusha? He has conviction that they're different, but what he's soliciting is confidence. What is Kshetra and Kshetrajna? What is Jnana and what is Jnaya? 6 questions. Again, for those in our Living the Gita course, this should all be, you should have confidence with these answers. In verse 1, Shri Krishna shares, Vidaha, those who know. I think in English the word sages is used. The Kshetra is that which is the field. It is that which is known, most practically, the body. Right now, I'm sitting in our backyard. This is like a field, but it's because of this field that I'm even able to engage in this field, correct? And the Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, and you have to listen carefully to this because what this means is going to change. Puja Swami Chinmayananda in his commentary, and Vivek also spoke this out, the Kshetrajna is the ego. Why? Why isn't this the spirit? The Kshetra is the field, the Kshetrajna is the field knower, the Kshetra is the known, the Kshetrajna is the knower. This implies Dvaita, or duality. The source of Dvaita or duality is the ego. And that's why I've shared, beyond the field and the field knower is awareness. Awareness is equivalent to infinity or oneness. many of you had studied Drigdrisha Viveka with me, and I continuously shared the Sakshi, or the observer, is not the highest, is not awareness. Because if I'm observing, there's an observed then, correct? So that implies duality or Dvaita. But now this changes. We're on verse 2. Kshetrajñam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata kshetrajnayor jnanam tajnanam matam yattadjnanam matam mama. Joy. First quarter. The kshetrajna, the knower of the field, vidhi, you should know this, mam is me. Technically, the knower of the field implies that there's two there. If there's two, there's body, then what's more evolved than that or subtle than that is the ego. But here Shri Krishna is sharing, the knower of the field is me, Shri Krishna, who is divinity. Or it is me that is awareness or infinity. Okay? This requires us to be very practical. I'd shared with all of you, when you're enlightened, it's coming soon. Be ready. With your eyes closed, you should feel you and your trust triangle are one. But as soon as you open your eyes and you interact with your trust triangle, who should you be? Not one, you should be a disciple. Makes sense. Inside you are one, outside you are not. The kshetrajna, inside is awareness, outside there is a distinction that I'm the observer of the observed, or ego and body. Which field Sri Krishna calls Prince Arjuna Bharata, the one who is filled with light. Sarva kshetreshu, I, Sri Krishna, that is divinity, infinity, am the knower of all fields. This backyard, this body, your house, your body. The implication here is that it doesn't matter what type of matter there is, the same spirit enables us to engage in matter. There's lots of matters, but one spirit. Shared in a more personal way. When you dream, when you sleep, when you wake up, those states, they are different from each other. They're mutually exclusive, but the awareness is the same in all of those states. Sarva kshetreshu, it doesn't matter, what state, the same awareness. Kshetra nayor jnanam, this is what jnana is. Knowledge is knowing there is a lower and a higher. There is matter, there is the spirit. There is the body, there is the Atma. This is what knowledge is. Now, many of you, you rush to your professions after I share. You rush to school and so on. Is this what you do? Is your profession aligned with this? Is your education aligned with this? We invest so much in that which is not knowledge. Our whole lives revolve around IQ instead of SQ, that is our spiritual intelligence. Who's declaring all of this? That jnanam matam mama, This is me who's sharing this. This is knowledge of me. This is my knowledge. Shri Krishna is not being unobvious about this. I'm telling you, Prince Arjuna, that this is what knowledge is. And this is so beautiful because if you follow Shri Krishna's knowledge, then you become Shri Krishna. From mama to ma. Mama means my. That's Shri Krishna's. Ma means Shri Krishna. And the final reflection for all. The more you think about your trust triangle, specifically divinity, the more you will remember your trust triangle, divinity. What is knowledge? Knowledge is thinking about the divine. And eventually this impression becomes so deep that you remember the divine. That's all we need to do is remember the divine. That remembrance is I am divine. Asi, asi, asi. From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to analyze the 6 questions, answer them in 1 word each. From our Living the Gita course, our Swadhyaya guide, the first question, what is matter? The answer, that which is experienced, terminating in ed. What is spirit? That which is the experiencer, ending in er. Okay? The field is matter. The field knower is the spirit. Now more answers are coming. What is knowledge? The distinction between these two. Your application for this morning, since we're talking about a field, I want you to feel like you're playing a game. All day, whatever you do, feel that you're playing a game. The subway is a field. Subway, the restaurant, is a field. Feel that you're playing a game. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.